We're doing it. We got to do it. We got to do it. We got to do it. We're doing what we're doing. I can't sit in the sun anymore. It's too. It's too sunny and it's too early. Too sunny and too early in the season. And I got a new. I got my microphone over here, so it's not. I'm pretty sure my shirt is falling apart. So if I look like a unhoused person or a homeless person in the woods, this is the real me. Normally, I'd be just going out there. I'd be topless right now, but I gotta. There's too much sun. I've been sitting out in the sun for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I'm pretty sure at this point in the season I'm just gonna get burnt. So, despite my background, even I at this stage in the the time of the year, you got to practice. You can't just come out here and expect to be okay. It hurts. It hurts, and I'm starting to feel that crinkly skin feeling. I got to go in the shade. But welcome, 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 my buddy. You're my drinking buddy for today. Hopefully, you've been around before. Otherwise, if not, my name's AJ. I'm the friendly hermit. Thanks for hanging out with me. Sounds like I got some people behind me. And yeah, it's going to be a busy day. It's a weekend. We're in that public space. Maybe it's just an animal that might eat me. We're fine. We're fine. Yeah, beautiful day. Beautiful day. They're saying it's 14 degrees, but in the direct sun, this does not feel 14 degrees. This feels like I should, again, not be sitting in this sun any longer. So we got to get right to it. And I got some important reviews to do today. Very excited to get to it. So for now, yeah, we have our official, unofficial beer of the channel, our PBR palate cleanser. And I'm excited to this first one is really funny because this is just before we continue, I film multiple episodes in a single day because I don't want to be drinking every day. So, we have two today. We have two. And this first one is very fun. Very fun. Because we are drinking a mystery beer today. We are going to review, like, I didn't get a good look at it, and even if I did, you're going to see very soon. It was a misprint can, and that to me is so exciting. So I'm not even going to bother. We don't need to do politics or ranting today. We're just going to, dinker and sinker a little bit. Swear to God. Oh, there is a person over there. There is a person over there. I'm not alone. In fact, they might be on the camera. They're across the creek though. Thank God. Yeah, it's getting harder to find a spot to sit because of the the growth, the new growth. The spring is springing, and I don't want to disturb the forest that I was in before. And I like this spot. It's not perfect, but it's not awful. People come by here. It's all right. I wish there were less people, but what are you supposed to do? There's a trail over there, big old open field here. People bring their dogs. It's like it's not for me. This space. I'm invading the space here. But a lot of stuff has gone on these past couple days, and I don't want to get too much into the specifics because by the time you see this video, it's going to be like 2 months from now or something. I'm filming this at the end of April, so maybe in the next episode I'll rant about how I'm feeling. But for today, It's just me and you, and we're gonna review a mystery beer. So, thanks for having a beverage with me. Put this on in the background. We don't do cuts on this channel. We just hang out together, and you don't need a beverage with alcohol. You could just have have a coffee, have a tea. We're outside because it's medicine, man. It's medicine. So let's get right into it. Without further ado, I burped. That was me. All right. I'm excited for this one. Are you ready for this? Look at this. Wow. Look at this can. This is a misprint can. I actually I approached the employee, I don't know what you'd call him, at the beer store today. And I had reviewed basically everything that I wanted to review on the shelf. And I said, do you have any like obscure, like I need something. Do you have anything in the back that's not like on the shelf here? And he came out with a few cans, and this was one of them. And I don't even know what to say. I don't know what it's called, but I do have this image here, and as you can see, I'm assuming you can see the strange. It's been again, it's a misprint. So the can, something happened with the label of the can that it's all kind of blurry and the ink landed in weird places, right? Even the bar here, you can see like whatever this word says. We're gonna look into it, but you can see that there's a black bar there. But this is apparently, so in my local area there is is it OHL? It's the is that what it's called? I think these boys become farm league for the NHL, but the Kitchener Rangers. And this apparently, I can read that. I can make that out. Kitchener Rangers. And in fact, there's a little symbol up here, this little icon. To my understanding, Kitchener Rangers. I think that's their logo. I think it's hard to tell. I don't know if you can see that, but this can, I assume, is to support the Kitchener Rangers. So it's like a hockey team that's local to my area, and so they are out of I assume AAA. They go to this league, the OHL, and then eventually the goal would be to get into the NHL, right? So I assume this beer is meant to support them. I don't know if you can see, but on the can, it's almost as if, so the background design, I don't know if it's meant to be red. It's probably meant to be red because the Rangers use like a red, white, and blue logo, but it comes off as pink. And you can sort of see, I hope, in the camera, that there's almost like this topographical map. And I don't know if that's supposed to be Kitchener before a certain time. We're going to pretend that that's the case. But yeah, it's Kitchener Rangers Forefathers Brewing Company. No idea what that means. Maybe we can make out some of the other text on the can and read through it together and give this the old college try. But from what I can see, stand for something good on the black ring at the top. That's more like a purple ring. Stand for something good. The number 4. I don't know what the significance is there. And I'm going to guess this says the starter IPA at the bottom. The starter IPA, maybe. On the side here, it says the starter sessions IPA, and whatever this symbol is. I see the number 4. Everything else is illegible. I have no idea what that's meant to say. But ingredients: water, malted barley, wheat, hops, and yeast. So this beer has some stuff going on, right? There's some more ingredients than the average that we've been consuming on this channel here. Brewed and packaged by Forefathers Brewing Company, Hespeler Village, Ontario. I believe that's Cambridge, which is nearby. Excise license, and then there's a number. www.forefathersbrewing.ca. Return for refund. And that looks like it. That's the can. That's it. I feel like that's everything. And I'm surprised I was able to read any of that. Have fun taking a look if you need to. In fact, maybe we're gonna hold this up and do the Jacob Jones. We'll get right in there. The Jacob Jones. We got to do the thumbnail, right? Jacob Jones thumbnail. We'll get right up in there. Hopefully one of those little images will work for a thumbnail. And that's it. Without further ado, let's give this guy a shot. I have no idea what to expect. It's a 4.8% alcohol per volume tall can, 473 milliliter can. So yeah, I mean, texture-wise, something is weird with this can. Something is off. But here we go. Ready? Sound of heaven right into the microphone, which is now on the chair. It's the sound of heaven, baby. I love it. I love it. It's the best sound I've ever heard in my life. All right. Cheers, Dinker and Sinker. Let me tell you about Kitchener Rangers Forefathers. Forefathers, not forefathers. Like before fathers. Forefathers, like number 4. I didn't see that until just now, and it looks like the gentleman is a soldier of some sort. Interesting. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's hard to read the can. Oh yeah, flavor. There is a smell. It's almost a little fruity, honestly. I got the bitter hops. Oh, I splashed myself a little bit. There's some bitter flavors in the scent. Maybe a little bit of grapefruit. Like, it's bitter. It's a bitter scent. But fresh and crisp. And I've made sure these are ice cold for today, the few beverages I have to review. So we're going to give this guy a shot. I think this was about... Actually, you know what? I couldn't even tell you the price of this can. I couldn't, because when I asked the gentleman to get something out of the back, I didn't ask the price, and I didn't look after the fact on a receipt or anything. So I can't tell you how much this costs. But I'm going to say straight up, if you're into IPA, there is a citrus, like a grapefruit forward, bitter scent. Let's see how she tastes. Cheers, friend. All right. First impression. It's delightful. It's nice. Very, very nice. Nothing too much here. Very much grapefruit forward. It is a light IPA, a refreshing, crisp IPA. This is a good IPA in my opinion. And if you've been watching, if you've been hanging out with me, having brews with me this past little while, you know I'm not much a fan of like flavorful beverages like this. I could honestly say very, very quickly, if I had one of these at like a local hockey game or something, or wherever, it doesn't matter, I would not be upset. This is actually really good. I'm going to rate this high. I can tell you that immediately. Pardon me. But let's try to really narrow down the flavor and the mouthfeel and all of this, the consistency. So the carbonation is light. It's not so velvet, but it's more velvet than not. So it's smooth. There's a nice, smooth, easy drinking experience going on here. There's not a lot of foam at all. In fact, there's none when I cracked it. So it's lighter. We did say 4.8, so we're in the Pabst territory in terms of, you know, alcohol per volume. I keep hearing people behind me, so feeling like, oh, I'm gonna get in trouble here, but I don't think I will. I'm not doing anything crazy. So flavor wise, very much citrus forward and grapefruit in particular. And it's a smooth drinking experience. It's not silk, it's not velvet, but it's closer to that than something with larger carbonated bubbles, right? So I would say this for the sakes and purposes of this, you're leaning towards a simple, easy sipping beverage, and it is the bubbles are small, but they're not invisible. It's not just like this, these might be the finest bubbles. I know that's a weird thing to say. The finest bubbles without being unnoticeable, if that makes sense. Obviously, there's some hops in the flavor, but yeah, very citrus forward, and there's a lingering aftertaste, but it's not intense. It's quite nice. It's not too much. On this channel we've reviewed a lot of things where the aftertaste is bitter, and it's been like way too much. The last episode, I believe we did, what was that beer called with the skeleton on the bike? I don't even remember. That was like too much. This is like you could have one of these. You go to the pub. I burped. You could order a nice little lunch, and this would be a delightful pairing to any number of things. You could easily drink this with almost anything you get at a pub. I'll just say that. I know that sounds crazy. Like, sometimes I try to do a pairing for you. This, I think it's so just universally, like, the flavor and the consistency, again, very smooth, low carbonation, but still, like, it's there, It's not too forward, it's not too backward. It's a nice balanced IPA. And so I feel like you could get away with pairing this with like a nice burger. I feel like a burger in particular, maybe with like Swiss cheese, maybe with some like red onion, some lettuce, some tomato, like a classic burger. Nothing like overtly, you see some of these people with like the mushroom burger, or you see people with like whatever kind. I'm saying like just the classic burger. This would, like, you'd be having a good afternoon, a good lunch. This is very easy drinking, and I think you could have one of these. It's not too heavy. You could have one of these with like a meal that's going to satisfy you. That's not too you could eat something heavy and have this, and it would be okay, if that makes sense. So this is light, a nice balance. It's not light in the like watered down sense. Like the flavor is important here, but you could enjoy this flavor, but the consistency and the weight of the liquid itself is not going to impede on your lunch experience. If I hope that makes sense. So I would recommend this 100% to somebody that wants to sit, at the you go and you sit at a patio, like sit at the pub on the patio or whatever they got going on. They have an outdoor thing in the summer. You will not regret buying this if you like a little flavor and you like, something that's sippable, something that you can just enjoy. I am enjoying this. Like this is a good beer. This is a really good beer. Probably not something that I buy. Like I'm not gonna buy a 2-4 and just only drink this because there's so much. I'm gonna rephrase that. It's not so much flavor, but if I'm just drinking in the sun and enjoying an afternoon, it's not with like for an event or for like a luncheon or something like that. If I'm just sitting in the sun enjoying, like, you know, I want basically water. There's enough flavor here that you want to enjoy this paired with a meal. So could you say buy, a few of these on a night or an afternoon of drinking, and you have your lunch and you do this? Absolutely. Particularly like have a barbecue or something, and like you're gonna enjoy this very much paired with probably most barbecued meats. But yeah, for me personally, as somebody that just wants to sit in the sun and sip on a just a nice light lager, a little more flavor than I need, but totally passable. You could buy like 2 or 3 of these, sip on them just to break up the monotony, and this is 100% passable. You could buy 6 of these technically if you wanted, between like lighter beers or something. I feel like you could get away with that. This is not bad. Kitchener Rangers Four Fathers Brewing Company. Interesting. Never heard of them. Never heard of them in my life, and this is the first experience I've had of them with their broken Kitchener can, which in some way is kind of the most fitting because Kitchener, if you've never, it's a thing. I'm from here. I'm allowed to say it. Kitchener, Ontario. It's near Waterloo. We call it the Tri-Cities. Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge. Sometimes Guelph is included. Kitchener, Ontario. Throughout, and this is true. This is true. It's just like a thing that people may or may not know about Canada and about Southern Ontario. I once vacationed out west to BC, and my hometown is Kitchener. They said like, "Oh, where are you from?" And I told them, "I'm from Kitchener, Ontario." And they said, "Oh, Shitchener, Ontario, Ontariable, Shitchener, Ontariable." I mean, if there's a can to represent my province and my hometown, it might be this. So I give it an extra bonus point for that. And I know it's a misprint, but just misprint them all. This is the most Kitchener, Ontario can I've ever seen in my life, and I'm very proud of it. Kitchener, Ontariable, but all right, that's it for today. This one's done. Thank you for hanging out with me, my drinking buddy. Yeah, Battle Built. I didn't even mention that. I can't tip it this way because it'll dump the beer. But hashtag Battle Built. I don't know what that reference is, but there it is. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm gonna give it, genuinely, this is like an 8 out of 10 for me, and that's if you've been hanging out with me having brewskis with me, like, that's a really high number for me. So yeah, totally something I would buy again, totally something I would enjoy again. And again, you could probably pair this with any number of barbecued meals, and really, it's like there's flavor there, but it's not going to overpower the meal. It's not going to, you're not like drinking a loaf of bread, like this is an easy, flavorful sipper. It's really, really, really refreshing, really tasty, a little citrusy. Yeah, it's nice. This is nice. So that's it. Thanks for hanging out, bud. My name's AJ. I'm the Friendly Hermit. You're my drinking buddy, and I'm your drinking buddy. So we got to move on to beer number 2. And number 2, we'll see. Probably going to post it next week, but it's very much a sunny beer as well. So I need to do it quickly because I am roasting. The next time you see me, not next episode, but maybe episode. What are we at? 21. Review 21, 22. So review 23, you might see me and I might just be brown, which is my background. I'm white passing. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that to y'all, but doesn't matter. I love y'all. Thanks for hanging out. And yeah, let's get to it. Cheers. And we'll see you in the next one. Enjoy yourself one of these if you can. Sorry about the lighting. We got trees, we got stuff. My name's AJ. I'm the Friendly Hermits. Thanks for hanging out. Bye. Bye. Aragorn was a ranger, so I respect it.